Is
You
he
know,
a malevolent being that comes up to lure people in every so often to feed whatever's down there or something?
What is a thin place?
possibly like it's there or again there could be the kind of acolyte quality of it where like he thinks that there is a kind of like a therapeutic quality to the Barrow where like
Tell me more about
there's
this goblin.
things beyond reason and comprehension that cause this place to be the way it is, very much it's very much in the vein of that kind of love that it's in that Lovecraftian vein where like basically fuck your organized religions. There is evils far older than your your kind of proverbial kind of messiahs, and they're the ones you need to worry about,
I recall one such anecdote, but Saxnot entered Bewley in
Oh,
order to
we were talking about
become
goblin cobbers there
trusty
a while
maker of
ago.
the
There you
cobblers.
go.
Yeah.
However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
I had a peculiar dream
See,
last night.
I trust you
And it's a
so much now. I'm
creature
going to tell you
called
everything that's
Barrow.
happened in my
I
life.
suppose you might say it was
Mm-hmm.
a goblin.
So anyway, about my father.
It seems like there might be trouble inside Hobbs Barrow.
So,
No
in fact, if you have
coincidence
2 more hours,
that
we can
someone
cover my
has
mother's
discovered
trauma as well, if you want.
Remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
And this
But
place is
there
so
is
overcast, I
one
genuinely
thing
don't
that
know
puzzles
what
me.
time it
The
is.
goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
I know we're kind of joking British weather all the
Mr.
time. Believe
Shoulder,
me, it is
you
no
read from
different
here.
Here.
here. I remember
Only you
seeing
can
some
discover
kind of
your
like
own father
gobshite
has been
on
killed in
social
fine
media
clothes
going like,
before.
this is the
Who
eighth
says
day
that
without sun here in
I was
Ireland.
also
That's
embroiled
something
in
seems a bit
some
off, kind of
superstitious
implying some sort of like,
superstition, which goes against
weather
everything
conspiracy.
he ever taught me.
And everyone goes like, have you lived here?
Something is wrong here.
We've gone
This
2 months
must be
without
more
sun,
than
sir.
mere coincidence.
And no one's complained.
Strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
What do you make of this strange stone?
The carving of a cockerel.
Yes, it was strapped to my father's journal. Do you think it could have something to do with the previous excavation?
Possibly.
Just a
Though
very
I've
ancient
never
form
heard
of
of a
pogs.
motif having any meaning round these parts.
I mean, if that's what it ended up being, I would be totally in on that. It's like, actually, no,
Yeah.
these are just trading cards, man. That's it. That's all it is.
She's of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for
So
coming here.
what's so very much
Discoveries
what
have
he's done
left
there
you
is leaned
alive.
into
I sincerely
Thomasina's
hope so.
skepticism,
And a
you
chance
Yeah.
to
know.
follow in your
Um
father's
and
footsteps.
like I said, you see like again depending on who you talk to in the town, like you have a lot of people who are like generally like gun shy of the Barrow because of the superstitions.
Thank you,
But
Mr. Shoulder.
the duality of like people who believe in the superstitions and almost being proven right, and then you have the rationalists who have been proven wrong, is an interesting dynamic in the game itself, Because like Thomasina is the skeptic, and yet the stuff is happening to
I'm
her.
starting
So
to
how is
believe
she
Mr.
trying to
Shoulder
like,
even existed.
is she starting to believe in this stuff, or is she not? And she's trying to like internalize it in some
Fine
respect.
spot to take a rest. Margaret's Lookout, dedicated to Arthur's mother. Margaret's Lookout, dedicated to Arthur's mother. The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening. It was after that first conversation with Leonard's Shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a
Well, that
truly
actually answers my question there, doesn't
irrational
it? It's
nature.
like, so oh shit,
What
someone
if
Mm.
my
actually is
dream wasn't
believing in this stuff
just
as
a
well.
dream?
It's not just me.
What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day,
And then just to add to
everyone.
the weird, here's just a random little girl in a brown robe.
Hello. What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string. My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm.
So she followed this girl, but Shoulder didn't see the girl.
What are you
No.
doing out here all
Well, not that he's noticed any, but then again, he was looking out over the moor, so maybe
Yeah.
again, she seems light-footed across the green here, so maybe she just didn't. He just didn't see the girl,
Yes.
or maybe didn't care.
Yeah.
Hey. Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her. If memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair coated in a waxy resin. The strings don't vibrate without it.
So now we've
Well,
given ourselves a little mission to try and fix this bow, but the question is why.
What a peculiar
So
name.
this is where I'm explaining where like this seems kind of out of context with the rest of the game, but it actually does tie in later on.
So we know there's resin by the fallen tree, which needs to probably be heated up somewhere.
He looks
Yeah.
much too unruly.
Yeah, no, the resin is already we've already established the resin, all right, yeah.
Mr.
And
Shoulder
animal
has
hair.
stacked blocks
Yes.
of wood neatly beneath this
Mm.
small lean-to.
Again, there's nothing that this game does well. It's realistic animal noises.
Yeah. His white glove is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Shoulder has
He took his washing in, which is only fair enough.
Can we take his washing line for a bow?
I don't think you'll get much of a tune out of it, to be honest. I feel like I think if Shoulder had gone missing for another day, I was gonna suggest taking the rooster hostage, and for smoking him out with the fear of having no eggs.
Bunny.
Yeah. I love that there's been a freshly dug grave in the graveyard, and like no one has kind of blinked an eye about it yet.
Yeah.
Bird.
Worms.
And again, realistic worms.
This young fellow looks miserable.
I mean, like everyone else in this area.
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You gave the door back to my sister.
It wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
Again, there's grown adults who also believe in fairies in the town, so that doesn't really float either. Like,
curses either, Wally.
Go away!
I mean, that's it now. We pissed off a child. That's game over, guys. How will we ever recover from this emotionally?
We can't 100% it now.
No, that's it. So, oh, and he's gone. He's just fucked off.
She's picking up worms.
Yeah, she's picking up worms. Yeah. Let the record show that this is 2 games in a row where picking up worms has been part of the plot. Like just remember that, okay? Like in Broken Sword 2, George Thorburn literally traveled halfway across the world to give a worm to a fisher boy. That was the correct answer in that story.
Yeah. So we need to do the worm trilogy. Earthworm Jim?
Earthworm Jim, yeah, absolutely. No, I'll just have to find another point-and-click adventure where... oh, hello.
Oh?
Bonfire.
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
Just waste, you say, huh? And like it's just you're just gonna do it on the perfectly cut lawn? That's doesn't make sense.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
Now I wonder what exactly was that she was burning.
A spell book.
Yes, maybe.
He's doing well to be maintaining all this land at his advanced stage.
Now, if you remember, this is Thomas Bryden, so it was his brother Samuel who excavated the Barrow as well.
Yes.
So, and he's been very elusive in terms of what happened to his brother.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
There's an astonishment development this morning, Mr. Bryden. Paul Pogba's going to Juventus. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
The answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But
That's enough now.
To be fair, it was the 1920s. There was no such thing as transfer news.
No digging.
So, have you heard about that lad? Have you heard about that lad from United who's gone to live work in the mines?
Not interested.
but
Off with you.
Apparently, he's a great winger.
someone has carved the letters AR into the stone.
Now, much of that point. So I remember looking back in the edit here. So AR is not the initials of the priest. He has a different first name completely.
Right, yeah.
So we still at this point don't know what AR stands for.
All right, okay.
Must gain Mr. Bryden's
Which,
permission to excavate.
So it adds to the intrigue a little bit. And seemingly no goblin to greet us at the Barrow, so we better solve some plot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I love that the bird looked directly at us there. It's like, yeah, that's just a just standard creepy affair here.
It's like, wait, do you have a worm in your pocket?
Or you're just happy to see me? Thomasina, I can't help but know that your pockets are wriggling. Yes, wriggling with excitement. I'm about to excavate a barrow, so I decided to pack my pockets full of soil in preparation for this.
I just got a breaking news notification there that the Louvre has had jewels stolen. What timeline is this?
I just at least in our at least one constellation is that we have an alibi.
Set somewhat. It's firmly
Definitely
rooted in
wasn't
stone.
us.
Resin has been
Please don't ask questions about what I was doing at 11:45 p.m. yesterday. Correct. I have a witness.
A Nintendo confirmation.
I'm not
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I have my game time to prove it.
Oh yeah, your game logs.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a text to prove that I was in bed because I said, "Oh, that just woke me up about a fight outside my house."
Well, so we can rule them out as well. See, we're building alibis as we go along here. So there we go. We had our resin now. So initially when Thomasina mentioned about animal fur and resin, I remember that the fox was licking some of the resin. So I thought there would have to be a cheeky thing where like I need to try and get some fox hair off the resin, or like get the fox to stick to it in some way. But
Oh right.
but no, alas, it wasn't that simple.
I mean, that sounds tricky enough as a challenge.
Yeah, so this goes back to my point about like just being conditioned for the overcomplicated answer, and like legitimately just been so used to having to go the long way around most of these kind of adventures that like the solution would be something like that. But again, to Hoplar's credit, like everything is very very sensible. It's not like there's no pushing out of boats when it comes to solutions. Like everything is very very reasonable, you know. And it is more of a case where like it's up to your kind of like, you know, patience in a sense to actually like, you know, think about it sensibly and go from there, you know.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like some of the broken sword things are fairly straightforward, but then you've got something like you collect the worm and give it to a fisher boy halfway across the world. Like there is that
Yeah.
kind of, whereas all of the puzzles so far have been fairly like, oh, I need these two things.
Hmm.
You know where to get one of these things because you've already seen it before, but the other thing might be a bit of a challenge, so you need to go talking to someone.
Yeah, like it very much just depends on who's making the adventure, really. Because with something like, as you mentioned, the worm there in the last game, we wouldn't have been allowed to leave that house until we picked up that worm. You know, like
Yeah.
it was a case where like we hadn't explored absolutely everything in that room. Because it wasn't just the worm. You had to like check Nico's handbag for small bits and pieces that would end up being used later on in the second game in second half. Same with like there was a pot that you had to check for a key, all that sort of shit. So like there was a natural kind of like way of saying like, okay, you've had to check everything in this room to actually get out of it. Um, Whereas I'm thinking like even remember when we were playing Gabriel Knight, and so this is the Sierra approach where like basically now you fucked up, man. Like it's like sorry about you type of thing. Where we remember we were going down for the end game. We had that kind of like weird uh like voodoo like
Yeah.
headquarters, and we had to leave stuff behind for Mosley to pick up, like a gun and stuff like this, so he
Mm,
get in. So like if you just don't do that, then you've no backup. So when it comes, so you will have done the hard bit, and you would have done all the puzzles in between, but then when you
yeah.
get to
And
the
then
actual final showdown, you've no one to back up to help you. So like uh it's that sort of thing where like you will only know that from trial and error. There's no natural instinct of your character to think, actually, I need Mosey's help here. You know, you
yeah.
have to fuck up first in order to get that. Um, like in the same way, okay, put yourself like going by that logic. Why the fuck would George Stobart need a worm in a bottle of tequila, as opposed to just feeling fucking sorry for it? You know what I mean? Like, so that's
Yeah.
it's the conceit of of any of these type of games is that the main character is a kleptomaniac. Like that's the only way they can exist in the real world. You know? I think I remember one really bad example of this was the Runaway games. They were made by the same crowd that made Yesterday, and Yesterday is a perfectly solid point-and-click adventure, even though the sequel is not very good.
Okay.
But the Runaway series, the main character is a very bad example of a point-and-click protagonist because he's written to be kind of normal in a weird way, but normal in a point-and-click adventure is makes you look like a fucking twat, kind of way where
Yeah.
like you have loads of these clickable items, and he just turns the camera and goes, I have no reason to pick that up. It's like, I'm the fucking player here. I'll tell you what you can pick up and what you can't. I'm telling you, we need this bottle of shampoo, and you'll fucking pick it up. And then, and then later on, is a case where like, oh, actually, I should have picked that up. Like, yes, you should have. You prick.